Good afternoon, Edmonton. Hi. Welcome to the meeting of October 29th, 2020. You're probably wondering why I am talking to you on a computer through a screencast by recording is because I had to go out of the room and do things, take care of my business. I have some things I need to talk about with Wibimbi Bellbook and Wibimbi Lois. So that's going on, and you'll hear what you mentioned right now. Also, things to do around the house, remote teaching, all of that stuff. So, yesterday night, while you were watching me for the very first time online, I made the executive decision to postpone Astro Oracle Palooza, that is, until October 30th, which is tomorrow. I think that Friday is the most fitting day for that, only because it's Friday kind of thing. Second of all, I was just too overwhelmingly preoccupied with things. I found out that at the headquarters things weren't exactly ready and not enough people were there, or they didn't have things set up, it was too sudden. So I made the executive decision, and rather, Jennifer and the people who manage and run the headquarters made the decision to postpone it till tomorrow, and I think that it's a really good idea that they did. I had a lot of say in that. Remember that it is completely democratic. I do not believe in holding on all the power and the dictatorship where one can democratically just change something. Because, otherwise part of why I would go in to have my own admission is defeated. The purpose of it is to run the show and feel like I'm in charge and not feel like there's another power that is more in control and higher up than I am. Because if that's the case, I am going to not accept it and, take matters into my own hands. So that's that. So you'll get to look forward to tomorrow. I think it's, a better day since it's the end of the week. You get to do something I think that fun is a huge understatement because it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's going to be a privilege. So I would take advantage, and tomorrow I will be there for the majority of the day. I just have a couple of things to deal with because all of my English classes are, they're not, doing anything hardly tomorrow. So I do have a couple of things. And then I will be over there and I will enjoy, the Astropalooza for the majority of the day. Now, with the missing element, I just want to talk about that real quick. I really, really hope that you are not going to, put that aside and neglect it because you need, at some point in the Scorpio season, to be able to look deep inside yourself, go below the surface. I hope that you saw, if you didn't, that's okay, but, the video on Scorpio season, I didn't want to have to, have to copy exactly what she said. I don't want to use that kind of mind power because otherwise I turn into a Borgoian perfectionist critic. And that's not what I want. And it would be, less talking, and it would make these meetings more concise if I referred to you videos, websites, and what I have written down on, generally my pages and those videos and websites and notes. So I hope that you're going to watch that. I really, really hope that you're going to tap into your missing element. Mine would be water. And I was doing a meditation because I was feeling stressed, I was feeling anxious, guilty, overwhelmed, and I sat there and all the emotions came running. And I felt, like I was crying. I kind of felt lump in my throat kind of feeling. And then I don't know if it was the idea of it. I hope that it's not the idea of it. But at the very end, I just felt better. It just felt so much, more pure and cleared out and, grounded and just, it's just a very peaceful, content feeling when I did that. I don't know if it's just, one or two time thing, but, I'll wait till, several different times and I'll tell you. But, so anyway, that's, I think a good, persuasion and motivational to do, meditations. And I am speaking directly to you, Abby Lee Miller, when I say that meditations would be a very, very wise, healthy decision for you to start doing. Because then your mind will be in the right place and you'll be focused and you'll be serious and, you can, things won't hold you back as much mentally and you will be able to get things done and go about like a, right-minded, normal, content, satisfied and serious professional individual. So, that's all I have on that. So again, meditation, for fire, it might be, listening to music really loud or going outside, getting some exercise. For earth, it might be planting, it might be, making a routine. And then for it might be talking, it might be communicating, speaking. Also, just one little tidbit for all of you, that don't think for one moment that emotion is a vacuum, narrow, one thing. So when you watch Deborah Silverman's videos on, where your Saturn is and, reading her book, The Missing Element, and she's a psychotherapist of over 40 years, and I just could not believe that she had the, audacity in not thinking it through and saying that if you have, for example, if you know me, I've Saturn Cancer, and I have only another water. If you have no water or just a little water, then you are emotionally numb and you are cold and ice-hearted. That is not true. I don't think that she's wording it in a way that makes people feel good about themselves and appreciate and have that compassion. Because if that was believable, and if she would make a video saying that, for real, not the astrology woo-woo hogwash, some of it can be that way, and this kind of is, not in the majority of what she's been teaching, but there would be a machine that you would stand up on the machine and you would change your natal chart. You would change placements. I know that I would want to change my moon placement, my Venus placement, my Neptune and my Jupiter placements. Maybe my Saturn. I don't know. That's not possible. That's not possible. If that were true, if you were emotionally numb, if you didn't have enough water, people would walk by the millions depressed. You put those things on public, people see it, and it just makes them feel bad. Hurting of a relationship, not a relationship, but so bad. Feeling badly about themselves, hurt, mad, just negative thoughts and, beliefs and feelings about themselves. So I need you to take it with a grain of salt. I need you to think of it, the fact that we're all human and we all feel, based off of just, how we're raised. And some of this can be more emotional, and I won't debunk that, more water means you're more emotional. But in a more watery sort of area, so everybody feels, the same, or, everyone is affected by different things more emotionally than other things, and everyone processes, addresses, perceives, and deals with those in a different way. For example, if you have a lot of air in your chart, then you address your emotions through writing, through talking, being intellectual. If you have a lot of fire, then it may be trying to, release that by doing something physical, by, by really, being passionate and doing a, joyous, thing that gives you energy. Or it might be something practical, and then obviously, water, we deal with it, and, meditating, cuddling, all those kind of things. But everybody cries. So, I don't know, but it just amazes me that she would make that kind of video if she wrote a book and she was a psychotherapist for over 4 years. I find that wrong, and I also find that underwhelming to me. Underwhelming. So it just proves that no matter how old you are, or no matter how long, you've been doing 40 years is a long time, over 40 years is even longer time, but no matter how long, no one's going to be completely perfect. It's the perfect imperfectness, unless every single person was a Janet of their own being. Well, that's not true, because we're not machines and robots. So I had that whole spiel about that. The next thing is I found out the name of the person who did the audiobook, and it's not the image that I was thinking of. His name is Jake, and I forget his last name. It was like, starting with the G. Gladneal. I don't even know. But he will be arriving. When someone narrates something, then you see a different image of that person, and then when you see them in person, then it changes things, and you didn't expect that, so I wasn't expecting it. So that's that. Now, The Great Gatsby, obviously due. Chapter 8 timeline is due. The questions, and if you do the character analysis, is due. And the test where you had the characters' basic, traits, characteristics, actions, what did they basically do, who they basically are, and then also a schedule, how they would go about their day, what would their routine look like based off of them, based off of what they did in the book, what they like to do, what they need or want to do, this and that. So that's that. Also, Zach Callison person analysis, Zach Callison meta analysis. I put a link on the mental enforcement analysis page for a quiz where you're going to open it and you're going to have the image of Zach Callison, and you're going to think about all the terms. All of them are listed on the page, the definitions, the criteria, steps, laid out clear, concise, easy to understand, specific and detailed also. All the terms are given in a relatable way listed on there as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, then it is all on there, but I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. So that's that. Okay. So and remember that quiz. I mean, it's kind of from something called Inky Moon, which kind of looks like a Google document sort of setup where you're finding images and you are, tying the images to the person. So this is the face picture because of, this, and they all intertwine. So, yeah. So do that, okay? Charles Pizer, that, the horseback stories, thing, robust American type, that is going to be due tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to give you a break, and that's going to be due on October 30. It's going to be due, okay. It's due later, okay. It's due at 6:50 p.m. today. Okay, so I need you to really get that done. It's really quick. You just have questions and then other questions. So, that's really all I have. And, is there anything else? I really don't think so. I think that I covered it all. Yep. I think that I did. We're going to start getting back into Dragon Rider. Also, we're going to be doing, kind of, a Great Gatsby theme on Sunday. So on November 1st, we're going to be talking about the themes and the message of Great Gatsby. And the ALDC, within the Bell Books Masters of Dance Company, is going to be putting on a group dance it's called Money Can't Buy Happiness, from Rich to Rags. And so, in terms of Astropalooza, all of the dancers from Emily Dance Company will also be putting on solos of Missing Fire, Missing Water, Missing Earth, Missing Air. There won't be a group dance for that as well. So there's a lot of things that they're really working hard and really, using their bodies and their minds right now. As I'm speaking right now, as I speak, they're used to things being even more intense, so they have completely got this in the bag. So they're going to be doing that, and they're going to be performing all of those as well. In terms of everything else, Michelle and I will be there as well. I don't know what they have planned. I want to be surprised, as I said. I really think that that's it. Okay? Peace out. And you can stop it now.
Everybody, just I just want to know how you all doing. So. That's good. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, who is that? Oh my goodness. You know, you are really not worth my ale. This is not worth my energy, not worth my breath, and not worth my time. You can stir your cappelletti around in its broth, and you can make the turkey and the stuffing and the, mashed potatoes this time around. But I'm afraid that unless you want to be the biggest fan of Jeff Henshaw's Cosmic Cousins and maybe take over and develop a field in astrology, unless you should become a teacher, and if you were to be Moses going on a trek through across the Egyptian desert, then I don't really have the nerve or really the motivation to speak to you. You are really pulling out Susan's career under the rug. I think that she needs to step up to the plate. And I think that she needs to put away that card that she is playing, which is the card of Kathy Stein. Unless you want to become a choreographer and a dance teacher and possibly own your own studio, thank you very much. Walking sticks away. Maker. Now, I was still very hurt by the fact that you took away a position that I had assigned to Zach Callison. I have much more respect for him. You can bet that I do. And also, maybe you should read the audiobook of Gatsby, proving a third resemblance, which is an unnecessary resemblance. Thank you very much. I do not care to learn with you or speak to you again. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And don't let the door, don't let the gate hit you on the way out.